Oh, fuck. Get into cover. This is actually making me feel a bit bad now. You know, sod the kind of cattle rustlers killing each other, but killing people who are already here, and then they wanted revenge because, I mean, I don't know. I'm a bit soppy. That's the way of the world. That's the way of empire and colonization, and all peoples have done it over the years. All people all over the world.
And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
I don't know what eye blink is. This is actually a really nice location. The sound of the water is lovely. We've got a runner. Oh, the way that guy slumped is actually quite realistic. He just kind of fell backwards and dropped. Reminds me of this book I've got called The Things They Carried, which is a non-fiction kind of... Oh, that's a woman, Ghost Man. A kind of non-fiction fiction book written by a guy who's in Vietnam. And he talked... It's like short stories about one company of men. I haven't finished it. And he talks about how... One of the characters talks about how they're in the jungle and one of the squad mates gets shot, and there's seemingly no delay between him standing up and him hitting the ground. I think he described it like concrete falling. He's just upright 1 second and he's gone the next, and that's it. We'll keep the inlaid 6-shooter. Oh. Shall we go for the shotgun? We've got the 6-shooter for some range, and we've got the shotgun for close up, so we can do this. This reminds me a bit of Skyrim, actually. Maybe there will be some NPC children running about who I'm not actually allowed to kill, and water will kill me immediately as well. That was a strange decision in Skyrim to have those kids, and that can take the piss out of you, and I don't know what they're kind of there for. It's something we talked about on the podcast, the hatchetjob.com podcast, which is...
They saw me before I saw them.
If you're going to have NPCs, if you have a game that you have basically full interaction with all NPCs, that's part of the game, and the decisions you make about how you interact with them, whether you're kind to them, mean, you kill them, you let them live, whatever it is. Should you have a class of NPCs that, in kind of narrative terms, I suppose, they're not gods, they're not special beings, they're human beings. Should you have a class of human beings that you can't interact with in a meaningful way? And given that there will be some, there'll be horror stories, like about the fact that kids can be hurt or killed in this game. Given there'll be horror stories about that, is it worth having that full interaction? Is it worth it, even though there'll be negative press, but is it not worth it because you don't want people taking
And
pleasure
it
in
crossed my
doing that.
mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
And yeah, tricky. But that's one of the things I think people who don't play video games don't understand. That in every video game I play, I kind of have a flower pot test or a plant pot test, which is if I'm in a game. Jesus. If I'm in a game and I see a plant pot, can I shoot it? Or a lamp, can I shoot it? So I'm checking the physics. And in the same way, if there's an NPC that I see in a game that I've not encountered before, or a class I've not encountered before, and I think I shouldn't be able to interact with them, I'm going to try to attack them or hit them or, you know, push them off a cliff, because that's what kind of what being a gamer is about, isn't it? It's about figuring out how these worlds are put together, how they work, what you can do in them. What's this nugget? Native Americans. Native Americans are the indigenous people of North America. They are composed of numerous distinct Native American tribes, some of which survive to this day as cultural and political entities. According to the accepted theory, migrations of humans from Eurasia to the Americas took place approximately 12,000 years ago via the Bering Land Bridge. Amazing. This is a new gun, or is this the same one? That's good detail inlaid there, or etched into the side. I mean, it is kind of crazy that people call them Indians or Red Indians because of the navigational error. You think you're landing in India, and no, it's completely different. Oh yeah, I landed in the totally wrong place. It
was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there.
I don't know, it's like somebody who's never really eaten anything but home-cooked food or Western food. They go to a big city and they find a restaurant, and they start ordering, and they really enjoy it, and then they say to their friends, "Hey, I found this great pizza place, fantastic Italian food. Let's go there." And then you take your friends there, and it's actually a Chinese restaurant, but you insist that you get to call it Italian because you thought it was Italian when you got there. Yeah. Well, actually, there used to be a place in London called the African Pizza Company, which is shut down now. I never went.
I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those.
Yeah. Just checking the sides. This is some elven shit, man. This is Lord of the Rings style terrain here. This reminds me a little bit of Bulletstorm, which was great fun, but Bulletstorm's problem, and lots of games do this, is that if a game allows you to replay a level, what Bulletstorm did is it said, okay, you can replay this level, but you can only replay it with the things you had unlocked at this point in the story. But part of the fun in Bulletstorm was mixing between different weapons and trying different sorts of physics, and while that might have broken replaying certain levels, I think that should have been what they allowed people to do, you know. Yeah, replay this level, and you can use anything you want from any part of the game. And Dishonored does the same thing, which is kind of crazy. Absolutely a level might be balanced for a certain style of play.
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
That was kind of cool, the way the rocks opened up. I wonder how this game did, and I don't know if it was a full price released or a budget version, like a DLC only. I'm hearing a sound like a corpse ragdolling.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Oh. When there we have to stop, because that's the hour marker for the stream. But it's ended rather well. That before we go into this crevice out of pure angry cussedness, we have to stop. So this has been the HatchetJob.com gaming netcast. On Twitter we are HatchetJob. On Twitch we are HatchetJob. On YouTube, where our Twitch videos go, our channel is HatchetJob.com. So HatchetJob, then DOTCOM. And our podcast is at hatchetjob.com. So that's it from me. Thanks very much for watching.